The current sectoral context leads to a more articulated concept of multifunctionality. That is not only the capacity of the farm to diversify its activities in response to the demand for goods and services expressed by consumers, but also the ability to interact with three central functions that concern the relations with the space, environment, landscape, the production of healthy and safe food, including the qualitative diversification of food and services, management of rural areas, biodiversity, amenity. It is clear that this requires a higher level of entrepreneurship that can express a strategy of growth and development to this direction, and is able to rearrange the factors of production in order to modify the traditional organization of the company, and open to new forms of interaction with the local context. Based on this perspective, we can distinguish different levels of multifunctionality. A low level, representing a sort of basic level, which is common to many types of business and refers to multifunctionality, related to joint production of agricultural goods and externalities. It does not imply, if not marginally, a reorganization of production factors of the enterprise. An average level, which implies a deliberate path to reorganize the enterprise resources, involving both the family job and structures. For example, buildings dedicated to the recovery of old barns, which may become sites for sale of farm products. A higher level, characterized by a deep process of cultural and social transformation that somehow supports the transformation within the enterprise. The enterprises have a strong multifunctional level when they have a high awareness of their environmental role and of their active contribution to the use of natural resources. Moreover, they tend to show a strong relationship with local communities and with the activities existing on the territory, as well as with institutions and other social actors, and spreading information, having access to communication and the promotion of activities, training, etc. The real support to the development of multifunctionality in agriculture, as an innovative phase in the new global scenario, can result from an integrated view of microscale, represented by the enterprise, with the average scale of the area coinciding with the entire area in which the enterprise is operating, and the vast scale of the territory and environment on which fall the effects, positive and negative, of the productive life of the enterprise. It is undoubtedly true that only by systemic actions and the improved competitiveness, which stems from the diversification of the farm, it is possible to find long-term guarantees of a good feedback from the market. Over the years, the enterprise Altieri has succeeded in implementing a business development project, which has led to the creation of a multifunctional enterprise. The project has involved a review of internal processes in response to new activities, such as the breeding of farmyard animals, direct selling and processing of agricultural products for the production of jams and preserves, as well as the delivery of new services that allow the enterprise to perform economic functions for productivity and profitability through provision of services and provision of rural tourist accommodation. B. Environmental functions, in terms of maintaining the quality of the environment, landscape conservation, hydrological safeguard, biodiversity conservation, and, more generally, the exploitation of local natural resources, through the maintenance and care of natural wooded areas and riverside habitats. C. Social functions, both in relation to the maintenance of rural traditions and socio-cultural texture, as well as to the provision of recreational services, adventure park, trout fishing, educational services, didactic educational routes, quality assurance, and food safety services, Agrisol brand, PGI and PDO products, chain tracing. Despite the efforts made and the implementation of a multifunctional enterprise at higher levels, the flow of visitors and guests is not sufficient to ensure an acceptable return in income. Compared to the potential of the company, the only stream that maintains a regular route is represented by the participants to the Land of History pathway, which is shared with other local enterprise that offer the same type of services and the same local products. It is therefore a small flow that involves only tourists interested in wine and food tours, or purchase of local products. But the enterprise has not been able to attract another target of tourists, who are interested instead in living the rural reality, as an alternative lifestyle, in contact with the countryside, the landscape and the environment, and interested in staying in the enterprise for longer periods, up to a week, developing a relationship with the owners and taking part in everyday activities, learning about the methods of production, the enterprise history, the history of the place, integrating in a different environment from the urban one. The strategy followed so far by the enterprise did not include structural actions and customer segmentation aimed at promoting integrated and mutually reinforcing actions in order to attract visitors from larger markets, domestic and international.
Look, here, in red, I have underlined all the areas that we have the possibilities to develop on the basis of our resources. As you can see, in a multifunctional perspective, we are doing well, but we could do more to attract tourists and visitors who are interested not only to pathways, land and history, but to our agricultural production and our territory.
This could also have a good impact on the local context.
Of course, it would be a benefit for the whole territory, and we would have a better return, both as a direct income as well as becoming a development force at local level.
What do you believe we can do?
I believe that we have to strengthen our relationship with the territory and promote ourselves as territorial developers, providing high-quality services, but with a better differentiation of clusters of tourists and visitors.
I believe that we have the potentialities to expand, creating new services. For example, a wellness center. It is very attractive and fashionable in all the times of the year.
But this would mean to make other expenses.
Yes, but we will have sooner return of business. We can attract more tourists than the other enterprises if we offer more services.
This could be a solution, but I believe we should also work on a deeper involvement in territorial development projects. We have to invest our energies and resources in services which are connected to activities and products on which we are already working. For example, we can increase our participation in the tour, Land of History, offering more services on routes. We have the possibilities to do it.
I believe that if we have to make an investment, this should be in promotion and communication of the multifunctional services offered by our enterprise. For example, we can improve our website, creating in multi-languages pages, and we can advertise our services through Facebook, but we need to appoint a professional to do this.
If you really want to implement communication, you have to think of a marketing campaign and contact an agency specialized in marketing and communication. This is not a work that we can do by ourselves.
We need to make a budget plan about the expenses and investments. For example, how much would a wellness center cost?
I can ask 2 different providers for some tenders and compare the prices.
This idea of the wellness center is too far from our traditional target. I wonder how many would be interested in it.
Let's see.
You see, the prices are slightly different. This offer is the best one, and with a reasonable amount of money, we can create a wellness center.
We need to add the expenses for the work of the plumber.
I have calculated them as well.
This is interesting. We can work on this project before holidays in order to be ready to attract tourists.
So, we decide to work on this first?
Yes. Okay, but we have to work also on communication. To invest in promotion is important. I contacted a specialist.
Another cost, and it is all on our enterprise. What if we share costs, and we look for support of local public authorities? We can increase our participation in all the promotional activities of the territory, offering our equipment for sports or recreational and educational activities. We can participate in events organized by local associations. We can organize tastings of dishes and typical food of the cuisine of Burgos and Vito. Moreover, we can deepen our knowledge of the origins and traditions of our territory and disseminate it. These actions do not require expenses.
We have to make a SWOT analysis of costs and benefits on the basis of this budget plan.
Franco, think about it. Your enterprise is the only one which is strong enough to promote this, and could have many benefits from this project. A district is a valuable investment for you, and you will be supported by other public and private bodies.
It is a very interesting perspective. I believe the district should not involve only Borgo San Vito, but all the surroundings. We live in an area with strong historical and territorial identity. Also, we can point on the production of homogeneous goods and services, as well as of particular specificities consistent with the traditions and the natural and territorial locations.
Yes, each municipality is characterized by a diverse heritage, environmental, landscaping, tourist, commercial, agricultural, etc., and each one is highly attractive, with a clear specialization on typical products, but altogether, they offer an unitary picture of the richness of our territory.
Also, there are many good enterprises.
Yes, but we need a leader, which can work together with a consortium of municipalities. Together with the other enterprises, we can establish public-private partnerships to implement specific plans, territorial pacts, leader, etc., and you can count on tax and financial benefits.
I will talk about this with my family and the association members.
Okay, let me know soon.
I had an interesting talk with the mayor at the seminar on territorial development yesterday. He encouraged me to support the constitution of a rural district, covering the area falling in the municipality of Borgo San Vito and some surrounding municipalities.
I believe it is an interesting opportunity. We can play a role of territorial developers and benefit of the increased level of attractiveness and growth of the area.
A district is a valuable tool for local development, and can be a good investment, but only if there is a joint participation with other bodies, such as association, administrative, and territorial entities.
Indeed, the mayor pointed out the value of public-private partnerships to implement territorial development plans, territorial pacts, leader, etc.
I heard that participants can count on tax and financial benefits.
It is true.
Moreover, a district would be a good context to promote a higher interdependence between agricultural food production and socio-economic entrepreneurial activities, and to construct strong relationships between suppliers and buyers.
We would stabilize a new sales channel as well.
But how can we work this out?
Generally, a district is structured around a management company, which is responsible for the concrete implementation of the development plan, as well as for planning, managing, coordinating, and supervising the activities and construction of all district projects.
It is a great commitment.
Yes, it is. There are a lot of activities to bring about: promotion of the district, organization and participation in fairs and exhibitions, seeking funding for development projects, management of projects funded, research and development of innovative solutions for production, commercialization, environmental protection, management of the observatory in the district, transmission of information, care of relationships between the different enterprises involved in the project, encouraging participation in district activities and implementation of joint activities, acting as animators and as a reference point in the district.
We cannot do all this alone.
I count on our land association for a support in this project, and, most of all, on the support of public bodies. It is a project of common interest, and in the long term, I am sure we all will have good results.
Yes, I believe that our efforts will have positive effects.
So, according to Ana Maria's suggestion, we are going to structure some alternative and complementary services. In particular, we are going to build up a new section within Wellness Center.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
This is the new trend in tourism. People look for wellness and healthy food, but also services to relax.
Our customers are satisfied with what we offer. They come here mostly because they want to experiment country life and have healthy food. I'm not convinced that they would be interested in wellness center services.
But in this way, we will attract also another target of more sophisticated tourists.
I have looked at the budget plan. If we implement wellness center services, we have to invest a lot of money, so we need to be sure that we will get a good return on investments in the short time.
We will use all our communication channels to advertise the new services.
I am sure that we can attract visitors, also from national and international market. I will work on our website to make a good advertisement, even if maybe we need to invest also in some specialized marketing agency.
We cannot add this expense to the ones planned for the wellness center. We have to do it ourselves.
Okay, I will work on this by myself.
As I told you, we are going to work in 2 areas, as suggested by Cosimo and Anna Maria.
We have to increase investment in promotion and communication of all of our services. I am thinking to contact a specialized agency.
We need also to increase our participation in the tour, Land of History, offering services differentiated for different targets and requests.
For example,
Recreational and educational services, but also information and guides on the cultural and historical characteristics of our territory.
Also, we have to work more on the enhancement of environmental and landscape resources.
we can offer tastings of food and wine, and preparation of traditional recipes. Anita and I may study and propose old typical recipes of the cuisine of Burgos and Vito.
We can offer high-quality services, and I believe we can grow in excellence and in attractiveness.